Hello, Miss Mary. How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Carolyn. Can you hear me?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, you've got prepositions. That's great.
Well, we tried to do prepositions last week, but some came late for the class, and then they had connection problems.
Yeah.
And we tried to finish up with lessons in Unit 6 about giving directions, and it did not go well. I was having people trying to jump in, and they were leaving as fast as they were getting in. And um, directions are difficult anyway, so I thought I would start back with prepositions, maybe go on to everyday things, make it a little easier, and then go back to directions again later. Amalia, good evening.
Good evening.
Miss Mary is with us also. Can you see the screen where it says prepositions?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to write down some notes off of this, and then
Yes.
we will go over it. We used it in doing directions, but we're going to be using it about daily schedules also. So go ahead and make some notes about this information.
Evelyn, stop.
Marty, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a page up on the screen about prepositions. You might want to take down some notes about the words. When do we use the word from? Is it at the starting or ending place? When do we use for? Is it at the start or the destination? That is where we want to go. I have some information there that might help you understand when to use these prepositions. So if you would take down some of this information, put it in your notebook, it may be helpful going forward into our new unit. We're going to do a little bit of review first, and then we're going to go and into the new unit in Unit 7.
No, Evelyn.
That is already red. And what else am I gonna do? Nothing? I don't want to be at work. have a phone. I don't have a tablet.
Okay.
Mom, I don't have a phone or a tablet. It's phone.
This teacher's too ahead.
Maybe too hot.
It's been sitting down a little bit.
Ma, I don't have a tablet or a phone.
You need a way, okay?
Okay, Amalia, did you get the notes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm finished. Mhm.
Marty, did you get the notes for prepositions?
No, no finished.
Almost finished, okay.
Wait.
Carolyn, when you got down here, when do we use for at the start or destination where we want to go?
Put it before.
Okay,
Give me an
in
example
our
of that.
textbook, it had gone over this before.
Yeah.
When we met previously, we went over this. And if you go back to from, it says, when do we use from? At the starting place or from the ending place?
I get
And
that.
we use from when you're at the starting. But when we use for, they say that we need to use that with the destination. We are going toward the destination where we want to go. When we use at, it needs to be a specific place, not a general place.
But make a sentence with the word for. I'm just drawing a blank here.
We are going for the prescription at the drugstore.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's where we're going, what we're going to do, you know.
Okay. Okay.
We are going for a picnic at the park.
Okay, okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay.
What? Doors.
think it's.
Iski corn. 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 Corn.
Is Lydia back in her classes?
Corn.
She is. She's been back in classes since about the 19th of January.
Oh, okay.
And, but tonight she is having to work. Apparently one of the young ladies that works the pool on, she had to work, Monday evening and she had to work this evening. So,
It's at the Y.
at the Y, one of the young ladies must have the COVID. She had to drop a week or 10 days of scheduled work schedule. And so they asked her to help substitute some days that they would not ask her again, but because they were strapped for workers, they had to bring her in.
Did your mother get her vaccine?
She did.
Right.
And I signed up. They said 70 above. So I called to get on the list, and they had called me from Robertson County this evening looking for her. And I said, well, I have told, we've had 3 phone calls from the health unit since she already got her shot at Vanderbilt. And I said, I let them know that she did not need the vaccination. She's going to get it at Vanderbilt because of her heart condition. And I said, but I have signed up through the state. And I said, would it be possible for me to take this slot that you have for her? And he says, well, just understand that I'll put you in for tomorrow to get your first one. But just understand that people are probably going to call you again, you know, when they get the list from the
Sure.
state.
Sure.
And I said, well, I understand. I just wanted to understand why, after I'd told them 2 or 3 times that mother already got hers, they're still bringing up her name.
Well, I'm sure they're trying to work through
Yes,
huge scheduling issues.
I'm sure of it too. But I did get in a little earlier by asking, so,
Right.
you know, I wasn't that upset since I get to go in a little early to go ahead and get the shot. So,
Mhm.
so
That's
I'll go
good.
tomorrow afternoon. Have you gotten yours, Miss Mary?
Yes, we got ours the day after Christmas, the first,
Oh, I see.
and then we got the last one
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I think.
I see.
Tom was in the group that was underneath the nurses, since he's works in the dental office.
Sure. Amalia, while Marty is finishing up writing down some things about the prepositions, let's talk a little bit about the first one I said, across from. So if you have a table, my computer is sitting on my table, and I have a water bottle on this side, on the right-hand side, and one on the left-hand side. What does across from mean? Are they right together or are they apart?
So you say you have one in the right side
I have one on the right side of the computer and I have one on the left side. So are they next to or they are across from?
Mm,
Two.
and next to.
No, next to, they would be right next to each other. They would be sitting right beside each other.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Across
Okay.
from means
Uh-huh.
there's distance between them,
Mm-hmm.
but if you are standing on this side, you could see both of them right across from each other.
Okay.
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 So next to is when I put the bottles right next to each other, touching each other. There might be a little bit of space, maybe enough to get my hand between them, but they are right next to each other. See, the first one I said across from, what does this mean? Across from means across the street from each other, across the hall, across the table, across the counter.
They face each other.
Yes, facing each other. Okay, so next to means like if there are two chairs on one side of the table and there are people sitting in both of those chairs, they would be right next to each other. The bottles can be right next to each other. Do you understand that, Amalia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next to.
Then I put down kitty corner or catty corner. Different people say it differently, but if you hear this phrase, it means on a diagonal. Like on a street corner, usually you have four corners because you have four streets coming in this way.
Uh-huh.
So catty corner, kitty corner, that means diagonally. So not walking across in the crosswalk, but walking in a diagonal from one corner to one across diagonally. If I sat on this corner of the table, it would be somebody on that corner of the table on the opposite side. In a diagonal line, not a straight line, but a diagonal line.
Mm-hmm.
Marty left us and he was talking, so his picture came on. Do you kind of get what I'm saying, Amalia, about being
Yes.
a diagonal?
Ahí
Yes.
esta captura que le quiero tomar una
Okay.
foto. No, no.
The word on. What does the word on mean? I have a book
Mm-hmm.
and I have it on the table. And then on top of that book, I have a pen on the book. What does that mean?
Mm.
The book is sitting on top of the table and the pen is on top of the book.
Uh-huh.
On. It means on, usually on top of.
On top. Uh-huh.
On top of. Okay. When do we use the word from? Last week, when we were talking about giving directions, we started from where? In your directions, you started from where?
From.
You started from your house or from your driveway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we use the word from, that means starting at the beginning or the starting place. That's when we use the word from. Now, if we're talking about a destination or the place we're going to, we use the word for. Say, for example, I am going for a prescription. You are going to a drugstore to pick up a prescription. So you're going for something. You're moving in that direction. That's not where you started from. That's where you're going to. So you use for when you're going to something. Okay, when do we use the word at?
A specific place.
A specific place. Very good. It needs to be a specific place. We are at the high school. We are at Travis Price Park. We are at the concert in Nashville. Something that is specific. Okay, we use in for a city. What city are you in, Amalia?
Hendersonville.
Hendersonville. So you are in Hendersonville. But what street are you on?
Old Chaco.
Okay, so you are on a street in a city. I am on Dividing Ridge Road. I am on that road, but I am not in a city. I am in Robertson County. My address says Goodlettsville, but I'm in a rural route. So I don't live in a city. I live in a county. I'm in a county area. So I can be in Robertson County on Dividing Ridge Road. But we are not in a street. We are not on a city. Do you understand why they're using those words? They're differentiating when you use in and when you use on. Okay, I tried to give you all some examples. Marty, can you give an example of using the word in? What city are you in?
The Hendersonville.
Hendersonville. You're in Hendersonville.
Well, in Hendersonville.
What street are you on?
Que use the 251 Old Chaco Road.
Old Shackle? Okay. So you are on Old Shackle Road, just like Amalia was on Old Shackle Road.
Yes, pero I mean, the main street is 258 Old Chaco Road.
Okay.
My street, my house is 121.
Okay.
131 Lincoln Secret.
Okay. Well, you're in Hendersonville, but you're on a certain street. Do you understand the difference in using those two words? You wouldn't use, I'm in that street. You are in that city, but you are on that street. Do you understand the difference in how to use the word in and the word on?
I think it's in.
Okay, in is for cities. If I lived in Goodlettsville, I would say I live in Goodlettsville. I don't live on Goodlettsville. Okay, then I would say a street. I live on Maple Street. Okay,
Yeah.
do you understand that difference in cities but on streets? Okay. And using at for a specific place. We are at the drugstore. We are at Walgreens. We are at a specific place.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand? That's why I wanted to go over that this time. Now, I'm going to try to get out of this and get to, actually, I want you to get out your workbooks. We're going to go over a review lesson on page 72 in the workbook, not the lesson book, but the workbook,
72, okay, the last
because I
one.
want us to review using these prepositions. And I'm going to try and get out of this. I need to stop the share. Okay, there we are. Now, I need to make it bigger. Okay. Are we on page 72 in the workbook?
Page 72, right?
I'm trying to get us used to using these prepositions because they are very important for giving directions. Okay, complete the sentences. You're to use the word from, to, in, at, or on.
Okay.
Okay. Marty, take, well, number one's done for you. It says Carmen is coming from home. So we use from when we're starting a journey. We're starting from there to go someplace else. Okay, number two, it's blank 554 Benson Avenue. Now, which one of those words are we going to put in that blank? We just talked about using prepositions to go with streets, right? I'm giving you a hint. Marty, would you use in or on? Okay.
In or on? In or on?
On, because it's a street.
Mhm.
It's on 554 Benson Avenue. It's a
Oh,
street.
Benson Avenue.
Okay, Amalia, the next one.
The hotel is in Greenville.
Good. It's a city. Greenville is
Yes.
a city. So we use the word in. Okay. Now, Marty, number 4. I'm going blank the store. What preposition do we need to put in that space?
I go to the store. Oh. 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 I'm going to the store.
Very good.
Oh.
To the store.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I'm going to the store.
Okay.
Amalia?
My office is um, to the main street.
Okay. Remember, this is a street. So do we
Okay.
use in or on?
In. Yes. Is in.
It's in Main Street or is it
No,
in?
on.
On.
No. The
On.
street is on. Uh-huh.
It's a street, it's on.
On. Uh-huh.
Okay, my office is on Main Street.
Main street. Uh-huh.
Very good. Marty, number 6.
Okay. So right on there, right.
Okay, do we do it on the third light or do we do it at the third light?
The up.
At.
Up.
At.
Mm-hmm.
Turn right at the
The
third light. That's a
third-
specific place.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
a specific place, so we use the word at.
Yeah, the up.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we have some sentences that give us a little bit more of a story, and it starts how do I get to Century Department Store? B, from here, let's see. So they've made a statement. They're saying, well, from here, let's see how you would go. So Amalia, take the next two blanks, please.
So, from here, let's see, go east on Maple Avenue, turn to left. In, no, in, let me see. Let's see.
At, good,
At Bank Street, then
Good.
continue on
good.
Bank Street to 6th Street.
Okay. Finish the last one.
It's at the corner bank.
It is on the corner
Let me
of
see.
Bank and 6th Street.
Uh-huh.
Not there, but they are both streets. So we were going to use the preposition on. It is on.
On the corner of the bank and 6th.
Good.
6th.
Good. Marty, the question is, are you coming to my house? And Jess says, yes, Sam. How do I get there blank here? So what preposition would we use in that blank? You see in the instructions, it says we need to use the word from, to, in, at, or on. So what would he say? How do I get there?
In my house.
From
Yes,
here.
how
Yes,
do
you're right.
is there?
You said it correctly. How do I get there from here? You said from my house, but he meant the same thing, from here. Now, I'm coming.
Yes, I coming. Yes, how?
He's telling you where he's starting from, so that tells us what word to use. I'm coming.
She's coming. Is coming from.
Yes,
coming.
good. You said from.
Or from.
Okay, how do I get there from here? I'm coming from my office. Very good. Both of those are from. Okay, so then Sam says, my apartment is, now Oakdale must be a town or a city. So what would we put in the blank?
Coming. I book my apartment. In.
Yes, my apartment is in Oakdale. Very good. Okay, first go blank Connor Street.
Coming. Coming to.
Go to Connor Street. Very good. Turn left. Continue north, blank, Connor Street. So what do we put in that blank? It's a street. So which word do we need to use? In or on?
I put it in.
No, in is when you're talking about a city. When we're talking about a
Okay,
street,
okay,
you are
okay.
on the street.
On
Continue north on
on
Connor
corner
Street.
street.
Okay. Then turn left
There's less on my
blank the
house
light.
is
Which preposition will we use to describe the light?
this like the manor rose. My house
We're
is
talking about a specific place, so we would use the word at. Then turn left at the light.
okay. Alright.
That's Manor Road. My house is blank 58 Manor Road.
Okay.
So do we use in or on? My house is blank 58 Manor Road.
From
On. Very good.
It's
My
at
house is on 58 Manor Road.
the back
manor
of the book says at.
Well, following the instructions that they've given them in the book, I'm sorry. We're going to use my house is on Manor Road.
on the my house is okay.
Okay, I'm not going to review anymore. I want you all, though, to finish your lessons for Unit 6. And if you have any problems with them, let me know. Because they have some maps there they want you to do and that. We're not going to do any more in the workbook tonight. I wanted to review using those prepositions because, Marty, we're going to start Unit 7. Amalia and I finished up Unit 6. It was getting very confusing for you and for, we had Mary Ann last week, Miss Mary. That was her first time to come and she was getting very frustrated with the lesson because she'd come into the middle of a chapter and it was a difficult chapter. Directions are just a difficult chapter. They just are. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work some more on prepositions with this lesson day after day. And then we're going to go back and talk about directions just a little bit more before we leave chapter 7 and go on to chapter 8. Because giving and getting directions is difficult for most people, whether they have spoken English their whole lives or not. It just is. Okay, day after day. Marty, look at that first page. During this lesson, these lessons, we are going to talk about daily activities. We are going to talk about the times of day. We are going to talk about work schedules. We are going to read and complete a timesheet. We're going to write a note asking for time off from work. We are going to talk about weekend activities. We are going to talk about how often you do something, a particular activity. So if you turn the page, here is what I want you to make up sentences about the picture you see. So we're going to talk about a specific time. So we need to use the word at. So we're going to say at 8 o'clock, at 8 a.m. We'll say this is Marty. What is Marty doing at 8 a.m.? Look at the picture number 1.
Wake up.
Wake up. At 8 a.m., Marty wakes up. Okay. So, Marty, you take the next one. It says 8:15. So say at 8:15.
8:15. Take a shower.
Okay. Marty is taking a shower. Okay, Amalia, number 3.
At 8:30, Marty changed the clothes.
Okay. He's putting on his clothes for the day. Marty, number 4.
Yeah. At the 8:45 a.m. Eats breakfast.
Okay. Who is eating breakfast? Marty.
I think this is
I think it's Marty.
meal.
Okay, it's breakfast meal.
Mm.
Might be oatmeal, might be cereal.
Mhm.
Okay, Amalia, take number 5, please.
At 9 a.m., Marty Marty go to work maybe.
Okay. He is leaving the house.
Mhm.
It looks like he has his satchel with everything he needs for the day. Number 6, Marty.
Yeah, it is 7:15 p.m.
Okay.
Get home. Get home.
Yes, he's getting home
Get home. Get home.
from work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 7, Amalia.
At 7:30 p.m., Marty go make exercise.
Okay, he's out for a run. And I told Amalia last week, this has to be summertime. We're not even at 7:30 yet, and it's already pitch dark and raining outside. So obviously he must be doing it either in the fall or in the summer. Number 8, Marty.
The number 8 is 8:30 p.m. This cooking dinner.
Right. He is cooking something for dinner.
Yeah.
I don't think I would like this schedule. 8:30 at night seems awfully late for me to have supper. Okay. Number 9, Amaya.
At 9:15 p.m., Marty eat dinner.
Okay, he's eating dinner. It looks like he's doing something else. Can you tell what else he's doing there besides eating?
Probably he watched the computer.
No, he's got something in his hand.
Let me see. Let me see. He have a bracelet or something.
It looks to me like he picked up the mail. He picked up the mail out of the mailbox. What did you think he had in his hand?
I think
It looks like he's looking at his bills or at the mail and deciding what he's going to throw away and what he's going to keep. Number 10, Marty.
Yeah. Number 10 at 9:30 p.m. Watch this teacher.
Okay.
Mhm.
He is washing the dishes.
Mhm.
cleaning up beside himself. Now, number 11.
At
Watching.
at 10 p.m. He watched TV.
Yes, but he's doing some other things too, isn't he? Look what he has in his hand and what he has on his knee.
Mm. Mm.
Can you tell what he has in his hand?
It's not the control for TV, no?
No, it looks to me like a glass of something to drink.
Yes. It's a glass with something.
And then what does he have over his knee? He's got something resting on his leg.
What's the milk? Milk or water? Or Gatorade or Sprite?
I think you're right. Somebody said there's milk in his glass and it does look white. He may be drinking milk. But what's on his knee? What is that on his knee? Can you tell?
No, I can see nothing.
You can't see it?
No.
It looks like to me a newspaper. I think during the advertisements, he may pick up the newspaper and read a little bit in the newspaper while he's watching TV. Do any of you multitask, do more than one thing at a time? Like if the TV's on, you have sewing or a book or a newspaper. Do you have something else that you work on while you're watching TV?
Yes. Sometimes I watch TV and I check my phone too.
Okay. And finally, number 12, Marty, can you tell us what he's doing there?
Yeah. Number 12 is 12 I am go to sleep.
Yes, that's kind of late for most people, I think, to go to sleep, but that is apparently his daily schedule. Last week, Amalia was telling me she gets up somewhere around 4:30 to go to work. So going to bed at 12 midnight would not be a good plan for you.
No.
No, probably this is the different guy. This is the work in factory and in the night. This is sleep the rest of the day.
Okay, you leave at 5:30 in the morning to go to work, or you get up at 5:30?
What?
Did you say 5:30? Did you get up at 5:30 to go to work? What time
No.
do you go to work?
I can work 6:30 6:30 a.m. 5 p.m. or 4:30. The Monday, Fridays. Yep.
Okay, you get home at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the evening?
Yeah.
So what time do you usually have your supper?
Yeah.
About 6 o'clock?
I sometimes this is 6 o'clock. Is sometimes 5:30. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, Amalia, I asked you to write out kind of what your schedule was for the day. And did you do that? I'll get
Yes.
Marty to do it for next week. We'll hear Marty's schedule for his day next week. Did you write out a schedule? Okay.
Yes. I wake up 4 in the morning.
Okay.
4 a.m. and I leave the home sometimes 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It depends because sometimes I have a catering in the mornings. So when I have catering, I need to go before the 4 o'clock. For my regular schedule is Monday 5 to 2. So I wake up maybe 4:15, and I'm leaving the home maybe 4:30, and I take breakfast maybe 8:30. So I come back home 2:30, and I make dinner like 3 o'clock, and I take a shower every day like 7 o'clock, and I make another activities with my daughter, so homework or everything, and I go bed maybe like 9 for late 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get a full 8 hour sleep. You even getting to bed at 9, you'd
Mhm.
only get about 6 or
Yeah.
7 maybe if you go
Yes.
right to sleep.
Yes, I know. I never have 8 hours for sleeping.
Busy schedule. And then the
Yes.
nights that we have class, then it makes
Uh-huh.
it late before you get the children's schoolwork and everything done. And
Yeah, and Wednesday I have a church 7 to 8, and Fridays is 7 to 8 too. So yeah.
busy lady.
Okay.
Okay, Marty, next week, I want to hear your schedule, what you do each day. Okay.
Um,
Just like they did here in the book. Do
okay.
you want to do it now or wait till next week?
Okay.
I'll give you time to do it. You don't have to do it right this minute unless you just want to.
Okay. I believe this is the right, the map for the visitor for a short a short um every Sunday. Mhm.
Okay. You work 6 days a week. You work through Saturday.
I work um Monday a Saturday.
Mhm.
The Monday Friday is I work all day.
Uh-huh.
Saturday is and a half day. I think
A half day.
yeah. I Saturday I work I 12 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Monday Fridays yes all day.
Yes.
Just the seat right now it's 6:30 at 7. But I
Mm.
sometimes the weather is no good or this is too more cold in the morning. Yeah, this
Right.
start at 7:30. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um my the break I take the break our lunch 12 o'clock.
Right.
I start at 1 o'clock. Uh oh 4:30 5. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what time do you go to bed at night then?
Oh, I think they no have the road, no have a traffic. I
You
can
don't
ride
have a regular time to go to bed at night?
no regular time 6:30 I think that's 7. Mm-hmm.
You go to bed at 6:30? I thought you were having supper then.
Mm-hmm.
Dice que si usted se va a dormir a las 6 o 7 de la noche.
No, yo como a las 10,
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.?
10 p.m. and I thought it maybe
Mhm.
sometime.
Do you like to watch TV in the evening, or do you visit with your family? What do you do in the evening?
I think it's in the night. It was take a shower.
Shower?
Yeah, the dinner.
Mhm.
I think this watch TV 30 minutes. Yeah, my son, this is the I want to the play plantation.
Uh-huh.
The my daughters, this is the watches TV.
Right.
Uh-huh. And Sunday is let's go at the church in
Uh-huh.
in the afternoon. Um, the 6 p.m. 7 p.m.
Mhm.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Yeah. In the mornings, you want to go the breakfast. You want to buy to go out buy the food and family, my son, my daughter, my wife.
Special occasion. Have a
Mhm.
day off, so you go out to eat for breakfast. That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's take a look now at um, okay, what does AM mean? On these times, on these pictures, it said AM sometimes and sometimes PM. So what does AM mean?
a.m. in the morning
Yes. And PM then is
and the afternoon.
afternoon and evening, yes. Now, when it got to be midnight, that's 12 a.m. So 12 noon would be 12 p.m. And if you have a time card, that can be confusing. My husband lost a whole day's worth of work. He lost 12 hours because he put the wrong designation one time. He would never forget that again. But he told me when he was a young man just beginning work that
Okay.
he had worked more than 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't give him credit for it because he used the wrong designation. Okay. We've actually already done this. What do you do every day? Complete the sentences, write activities and times. So I'm going to let you fill that in at your own leisure because we've already talked about it. And we've talked about each other's schedules, what our schedules are like. So let's go over to page 128.
128. Okay.
Okay, before you listen, and I think, Miss Mary, we're going to have be on page, just a minute, and I'll tell you where you need to get to while I introduce this lesson. Yes. You'll need to be on 285, Miss Mary. We're going to have a dialogue between Gloria and San, but let me introduce the lesson to Amalia and Marty. It says in part A on page 128, it says, before you listen, look at Gloria's schedule. Which days is she busy? Which day is she free? So if you look at her schedule, it says Sunday she does what?
Work.
Okay, good. Thank you. Monday, what does she have?
Class.
class. And
Class.
Tuesday, she does what, Marty?
Work,
Good. And Wednesday, Marty, what does she have?
class,
Good. Thursday, she,
work,
but Friday, what do we have in there for Friday?
Free.
Fridays,
It looks like
no.
it's free, doesn't it?
I think it's free, you don't have
But she
no
does
education.
have to work one more day that week. What does she have to work?
Saturday.
Saturday. She doesn't work on Friday, but she does have to work on Saturday.
Mhm.
We learned that Marty works half a day on Saturday, but he has Sunday free. Amalia, do you have a day off during the week?
Sunday.
Just Sunday. So you work 6 days a week also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you do in your free time? Both of you said that you went to church. We've talked about that. What other activities do you like to do? We talked about helping the children with their schoolwork. We talked about other going out to eat. Are there other activities? Do you sometimes go to see a movie? Not during COVID, we don't. Going to the mall shopping, play soccer. Do you like soccer, Marty?
Sometimes I go visit the shopping. I go to the park.
Park, especially if we have good weather. We haven't had very
No,
good weather
this
lately.
and in summer, just go to the park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we have a dialogue, and then we're going to probably have some questions to answer. So it says, look at the picture. Gloria and Sin are classmates. Guess what they are talking about? They're trying to find a time to do something together, I think. So, Miss Mary, you want to take Gloria's part, please?
Okay, let's see. It's page 128, right? Exercise
Mhm.
B.
Right.
Gloria, okay, Gloria, are you free tomorrow? How about a movie?
Sorry, I'm busy. I work on Saturdays
Oh, well, when do you get home?
at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So the question is, on Saturdays, Sin does what? Your choices are, she works, she goes to school, she babysits for her cousin. What needs to go in the blank?
Work.
Okay, thank you, Amalia. That's right. Sin gets home at blank on Saturdays. Is it 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Now we're going to do the whole conversation. What does Gloria want to do on Saturday? Okay, so Miss Mary, if you'll start the conversation again, please, with Gloria.
I'll be Gloria. Are you free tomorrow? How about a movie?
Sorry, I'm busy. I work on Saturdays
Oh, well, when do you get home?
at 8 o'clock.
That's not a problem.
Then get home.
We're doing this exercise C. You need to go on, Gloria. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
No, what time is the movie?
What do you mean?
What time does the movie start?
It starts when we want. It's a DVD.
So she was going to do the movie at her house instead of going to the movie theater since she got home so late that day. So what does Gloria want to do on Saturday? Can you tell me what she wants to do?
Watch TV at home.
Okay,
Movies at home.
watch TV at home. That's right. And that selection is which one? Is it A or B?
B.
B, that's right. Okay, let's look on page 129. Okay, the first sentence is answered for you, I believe. Complete the sentences. Let me check and see if we have another dialogue. I don't think so. No, I don't have a dialogue in here. When do you get home? What do you mean? So complete these sentences. What do you do in your free time? Okay. The second sentence, what would you put in there? Have English class is what the rest of the sentence is. So what is someone asking? If you look back at the schedule, what are they asking? When do you have class? When do you have English class?
With Thursday. Thursday. You want to?
We have it on Thursdays. Gloria's schedule, she has it on Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay, what question would you ask about going to work? How would that question begin?
Go to work. I think the Monday to Friday.
What time do you go to work? Both of you go
8.
very early, but some people don't start their day until very late. In fact, the young man in the picture to start with, he doesn't leave for work until 9 o'clock in the morning.
La bolsa.
So what
Friday.
time do you go to work would affect how you could plan other things with other people. So they want you to think about how to ask those questions. Like she was trying to plan a movie date and it sounded like they were going to go to the theater. But when she got home so late, she said, well, let's just go to my house and watch a movie. So let's look at the next conversation. It's right there in the book, Miss Mary. And you go ahead and take Gloria's part again.
Is it C, the C section?
Yes.
Okay. Are you free tomorrow? How about a movie?
Sorry, I'm busy. I work on Saturdays.
Oh, well, when do you get home?
At 8 o'clock. Okay. Amalia, you
Yes,
be
ma'am.
Gloria, and Marty, you be Sin.
Okay. Are you free tomorrow? How about the movie?
Uh, sorry, sorry, I'm busy. I'm busy.
I busy,
I busy.
just busy.
Uh, okay.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Uh-huh.
I work.
Sorry,
I work
work,
on Saturday.
work Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, well, when do you get home?
Oh, wait. Oh, um, visiting my grandparents.
Sin says at 8 o'clock. You get
Mhm.
home at what time? If you work on Saturday and you only work a half a day, you said sometimes you work to 12 and sometimes you work to 1. But what time would you get home?
It's right Saturday 1 o'clock.
About 1 o'clock you'd get home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time do you get home, Amalia, on Saturdays?
11:30.
Oh, so you get home a little earlier on Saturdays also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to practice conversation. Remember, if the blank is orange or kind of pink looking, you pick the choice that's in that color box. If it's blue, you pick from the blue box, and if it's green, you pick from the green box. So, Marty, you be B, pick something from the orange box and something from the blue box. And Amalia, you be A.
Okay. Are you free tomorrow? How about a movie?
I sorry, I'm busy. I busy tomorrow.
Okay, what do you do? Pick something from the pink box. I take a computer class. I visit my grandparents.
Visit, visiting,
Babysit?
visit.
You babysit with the children?
Visit.
On what day? You babysit with the children Friday, Thursdays, or Sundays?
Saturday, the have time, not Saturday.
Okay.
Oh, well, when do you get home?
Okay, pick from the green box, Marty. What time? Pick one of those times.
Yeah. I taking a computer class.
No, el verde,
In the
Mari.
green box. What
¿Dónde
time?
están los relojes?
Oh, okay.
9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30.
I take the Fridays 9 o'clock.
Fridays, you get home at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Ya de este ya lo pusimos. Es que la maestra, la mamá, la muchacha le ayuda a Mario. Wait.
Okay, let's
te
take
vayas a
a look at our grammar on page 130.
Page 130. Wow.
Talk about daily activities. Amalia, would you take the purple box?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Simple present question with when and what time. Preposition of time. When does Sam work? On Saturdays. When does she get home at 8? When do you have class from Monday to Friday? What time does the movie start? At 6. What time does it start at 6? What time do they have dinner? From 7 to 8. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one.
That's okay.
What time it start at 6?
Okay. Use from, to with days and times. This shows when an activity starts and when it ends. On Mondays means every Monday. For more prepositions of time, see page 273. So if you look on your page 273, Unit 7, down here where the clocks are, prepositions of time, at 9 o'clock, before 9 o'clock, after 9 o'clock. Do you see the clocks and you see the prepositions that they put with time? Then for the prepositions they use for dates, on Monday, for 2 days. See, they marked on the calendar 2 days. They used the word for 2 days.
Okay. What the page is
Sometimes
that
you
one
would
one
need to-
what the page?
What page?
What number
It's
the
on
page?
page 273.
Two
Page
seven three. Yeah.
270,
Yes.
I think. Yeah, 273.
Okay. Oh, two big payment. 274, mamá. A ver si-
¿Qué tiene?
It says at the top, it says Unit 7, Lesson 3, page 130. So you're on 273.
Ponle la olla San
Got some clocks right in the middle of the page.
Frío.
It's really toward the back of the book.
Para calentar
las quesadillas. I can see.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then when you talk about a month, it says in May or in February,
Okay.
in March.
Okay.
All right. When you're talking about a year,
Okay.
in 2021, this one says in 2012.
2012.
You use the preposition in for the month and the year.
Okay.
But if you're talking about the date, you say on May 2nd, because it's more specific. It is the month and the day together. So it would be on May 2nd, on May 10th. My mother's birthday is on May 29th. My birthday is on August 25th. So you use on when you're saying a specific date, but you say in the month of May or in the year, but when you're saying a specific date, you use on.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so that's all right. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be using some more prepositions. We need to use them appropriately with times and days? So complete these sentences about Alicia's schedule. You may use the word on, at, from, or to. And we are doing the sentences at A.
Okay.
It's on page 130.
Mhm.
We are at A. And I read the directions. So the first one's done for you. Alicia starts work at 8 o'clock on Mondays. Number 2, Amalia.
Yes. She worked from Monday to Friday.
Okay, that's good. From and to, good. Number 3, Marty.
Do Friday she's had dinner with her father. A day at 7 o'clock.
Okay, so what goes in the blank is on Fridays,
Okay, yeah, put
on
Friday.
Fridays.
On
See,
Friday.
I read this to you right here in the yellow box next
Okay.
to it, where it says on Mondays.
On
That means
Monday,
every Monday. It's
every
on Mondays. See if you look at the yellow box right beside it.
Okay.
Yeah, it says on Mondays,
on Monday, yes.
on Fridays. She has dinner
Friday.
with her father and they eat, and you were right, at 7 o'clock. Use at for the time.
Okay. Y de esta me.
Okay.
Alicia.
Maya, do number 4, please.
Alicia has English class from 10 to 12 on Saturdays.
Good. Marty, take number 5.
Yeah. Yeah. She's me, he, bring at the my at 2 o'clock.
I think that's at 3 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
On
Okay,
Saturdays, she plays soccer at 11.
good. And Marty, can you take the last one, please?
Yeah. She's watch TV at night at 11 o'clock. She's go to the 11:30.
Okay, now that was from and to and at. That's what should go in those spaces, right?
Yes.
Okay, from, to, and at.
Wrong. Okay. Wrong.
Miss Mary, can you lead them through the next set of questions?
Okay, under B,
Yes.
okay. Complete the conversation. Read the answers. Then complete the questions. Okay, Amalia, would you do A?
Okay. When do Paul and Ellis go to the work?
Okay, and you want to read the B part to that also?
Okay. They go to work at 9. They work from Monday to Friday.
Okay, Marty, would you do number 2?
What time is two? What time is two? Day on Friday. 8 to Friday.
Okay, let's read B and then we're going to do A again, okay? Read
Okay.
B.
They go to work.
Espérate. They goes to work at night.
No, wait a minute.
Club,
Where are,
they
let's do
walk
number
from to-
let's do number
on-
2 here. Let's do number 2.
Okay.
It starts with the B part starts with
Oh,
Paul.
the B or the A?
We're in the B. You do the B, and that'll help you finish the A. Okay. Read
Okay.
B, read B first.
Okay. Paul gets home at 6. Ellie get home at 6:30.
Okay. So now fill in the blanks on A right above that.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's time? 6 o'clock.
Now, what word do you put in there?
6 o'clock.
No, we're working on, look up here at the top. Where
What time?
Okay, in the yellow at the top of the page, we're using the words do and does. Do you see up there at the simple present?
Mm-hmm.
Amalia read those. Okay, we want to put either the word do or does in that first blank. So what time?
What time is it? 6?
No, okay. I'll say it and you tell me which one's correct. What time do they or what time does they? Which one would be right?
Do they?
Do is right. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
What time do they?
6:30.
No, well, one of them 6, but the question is, what time do they get home?
All right.
And then when you read B, it makes sense. Paul gets home at 6 and
Mhm.
Olivia gets home at 6:30.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
For why 7 o'clock.
So the answer on A of number 2, what time do they get home? That's what goes in the blank. Do and get home. And then Amalia, if you'll do 3, and we'll hear that one, Marty, and see if that makes sense too.
And when does Paul cook dinner? He cooked dinner at 7. They eat together from 7:30 to 8:30.
Right. Because Paul is just one person, so you use does. And then they're saying, what time does he cook dinner? You almost have to read the B sentence first to understand what goes in the A blank. Okay. You want them to do it again, Carolyn?
Do the sentences that they just did?
I mean, what do you want us to go over them, or?
Well, the next exercise is again using do or does. So I would say just go on to number 2, letter A on the next page, because it's the same thing. They give you all of the words except do or does, and that's what you need to put in to make the sentence work. So just go ahead and do those sentences. They're going to give you all of the words except do or does, and that's what you need to put in to make those sentences. So if you will do those, I would appreciate that.
Okay. Do they need to write them in, or?
Yes, they can write them in. This is part of their schoolwork. You can give them time to write it down.
Okay.
And then go over what they've written. That would work.
Okay. The directions for A says, look at Claude's schedule. And it's over here to the right. On Friday, he works works till 8 o'clock. He works at 8 o'clock. On Saturday, what does he do on Saturday, Marty? Look up on page 131.
Okay. Page 131.
It's right up. It's right up here. Can you see? Yeah. Read what he does. Read what he does on Saturday.
Yeah, what's happening? It's Saturday. Yes. I work a hot day. And a hot day.
Now, what does it say? What does it say up here?
Saturday. Saturday.
Can you see? Can you see soccer game 9 o'clock?
Shocking coming 9 o'clock.
And what does he do after that? What's the next thing?
We
Can you see it says he studies with Maria at 1 o'clock?
study with Maria at 1 o'clock.
And then what does he do on Sunday?
Sunday is Sergio at 2 o'clock.
He exercises at 2.
To a dinner with Mom at 6 o'clock.
So he has dinner with his mother at 6. So you take that information that we just read and you make these sentences here, and they want you to use the right word with it. So it has what time. The first one says, is there blue writing in your book?
Yeah.
Okay. It's got what time, number 1, what time Claude start work on Fridays. So you've got it all there. They just want you to add either do or does to those sentences. So if you want to write those down, and then we'll read them, we'll read out what you've got down.
See, the first one's done for you. It says, what time does Claude start work on Friday? So you need to choose do or does to make your sentence work correctly.
Creo que dice 12. Wow. 12, ¿cómo? 12. Wow.
Have you got number 2 done yet, Marty? And
Yeah.
Amalia, have you got? We'll do.
Number 2.
If you've got
Yes.
2 done, we'll do that one. Amalia, why don't you read that one?
The number 2. What time does play soccer on Saturday?
What time does Claude play soccer on Saturday? Perfect. And then Marty, can you do number 3?
What time Claudia and dos Maria and Saturday and study.
So did you use the word do or does with that sentence?
Dos.
Okay, there's 2 people. So if there's more than one person, you use the word do. What time do What time do Claude and Maria study on Saturdays?
Maria,
So the word there is do.
will do.
Uh-huh. That's the word you add to the blue letter. Amalia, what do you have for number 4?
When Claudia does exercise.
Well, you got the word right, but put it in the right order.
Okay, when does Claudia, no, let me see.
That's right. That's
Um, yeah.
mhm. When
Okay.
does Claude exercise? And Marty, can you do number 5?
When do
Great.
do
That's great. Okay, finish the sentence. You got the right word there.
when do a mother has dinners?
When do Claude and his mother have dinner? Great. Great. Okay.
Okay, mother dinner. Okay.
You want them to go on to B, Carolyn?
No,
Okay.
we have talked about their schedules, about the time they get up and when they do things, what days they work and everything.
Please do you do activities that are feeling you flow calmly.
No, I don't think we'll do that activity. I think when we come back next week, we will start on page 132 about writing the days of the week.
Okay.
I think our time is about up. So I want to be sure to tell you that you need to do your workbooks up to page 77. That's
77.
taking practice the things we've learned tonight.
Page
Everything
77.
in your workbook should be done up to page 77
Okay.
Okay.
by next week.
Okay.
And if you have any problems or any questions,
Okay.
we'll take that up. Okay?
Okay.
You all have done a really good job. We've covered a lot of territory tonight. We've talked a lot about prepositions all evening and also verbs, but the big thing was the special conditions that go with prepositions.
Okay.
And you've done a really good job with that.
Thank you.
This will give you some more practice with prepositions and with your verbs, the do and does.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
I think this is right now. This is
I think this lesson was easier to understand than the one on directions, right?
okay.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank
Everyone
you.
worked really, really hard,
Okay.
and we'll see you next week.
Okay, see you next. Thank
I
you,
know
Miss.
we need to get to our devotion, but we'll do a devotion next time, okay?
Okay, thank you, Miss Caroline. Thank you, Miss
All
Mary.
right.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Bye. Have a good night.
Miss Mary, did you have something you needed to ask me?
No, I was just saying thanks for everything.
Okay. Well,
I'll see you next week.
last week, I'm afraid we scared Mary Ann away. The lesson on directions was hard and she came in late and connections everybody was having was difficult, and I hope she comes back, but anyway, I hope we fix the problem tonight about preposition.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, directions are very difficult,
think
even
so.
if you speak the language well.
Yeah.
So too.
So I'm going to say goodnight, and I'm going to try to get out of here if I can.
Okay, bye. Have a good
Okay.
night. Thank you for
Bye-bye.
everything. Bye-bye.
Yes, good night.
Right,
Good night.
thank you.
End meeting for all.